Hi Gemini, this is Chronic Joy Tarot, and we are here to do your current soul guidance reading. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and also those souls who feel compelled to step in or, join in and watch these readings. This message is also for you. It's been a little while. Thank you for being back here with me. I know I've been I had disappeared. It was crazy, crazy summer, and the space that I normally do my readings in has been occupied. I've had people here and a lot of teenagers in and out of the house all summer. Things are changing here, so they're opening up for all of us, and I'm trying to keep up, but as you know, some things just can't get focused on in busy times. And unfortunately, the readings had to kind of be put on pause this summer, but I'm back. Okay, I have pulled from the Native Spirit deck, Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. I pulled that card, the Talking Stick, for you. That is interesting. I like it a lot because as a Gemini, as an air sign, Mercury being your ruler, communication is that's one of your strong suits, right? But sometimes we can communicate effusively without really speaking our full truth. And this is where we want to make sure that you're given the opportunity to do so. Okay? You have that leadership quality, that sort of, communicating in a clear way so that those around you want to engage and want to follow and want to be around you, because you do have very good, especially with healing words and that kind of real integrative communication. That's how I see a lot of my Gemini friends. I love Geminis. But what I want to do is have you dig a little deeper at this point and find some of that darkness that's heavy on your heart, and find a way to go ahead and find that courage to speak that truth. Sometimes we can be there for others, but we're not always as present for ourselves. And this is a time for you to do that, to do just that, Gemini, to honor yourself enough to speak your full truth. Okay? Let's see what the Zen cards say as far as, okay. So at the center of it, the beginning of your reading, I get the guilt card, which is a mental energy, which is, there's a little bit of clinging to the past that's related to guilt as far as what I'm getting right now and what I'm feeling. A little bit of, if only I would have done it this way, or if only I would have spoken up at this point in my life when I needed, whatever those guilt, regrets, feeling, like you didn't quite show up the way you needed to in some situations. And you know what? No, don't do that to yourself, because in any given point of your life and the point that you're in, the space that you're taking up at any point in your life, you're doing your very best with what you have been able to learn and accomplish. So yeah, you might have some regrets about some connections or some situations, but first of all, you have the power of truth beside you. That's really going to help if you go ahead and get the courage to speak up, even if you say to someone, one of your loved ones, I'm sorry I let you down at this point, whatever. You may be surprised how they are like, what are you talking about? Like, they may not even recall, or it may not have affected them the way you think. So getting to be able to dig some of those truths out from your heart and express them out is going to have a healing effect. Now, internally within you, you are becoming more clear. there's more awareness. There's more internal awareness as to what it is you need to say, what it is you need to do in order to heal certain connections and in order to move forward for yourself. This awareness is coming. The veil is lifting, and you're that line, that sort of connector between you and you, between your personality and your inner you, or you know what I mean, that little thread that connects you with yourself deep inside is becoming stronger and becoming more it's connected more solidly, so that you have every opportunity to go ahead and show up the inner you and your personality in the same room and speak out that truth from deep within, and without fear and without any expectation of judgment. It's just a matter of, oh, this is where I am now. I see where I was then. This is where I am now. I may have these regrets. Please forgive me. Whatever it is that you need to solve and heal, the alignment within you is strengthening so that you're going to be able to do that. In your external world, this heals your connections. This creates a bond between you and others. This makes your groups that you belong to more solid. Speaking up and speaking your truth does not have to have a defensive or a combative energy to it. It's just simply your truth. And there is no reason to feel this guilt. There is no reason to feel, any regret or any kind of that you did anything wrong. There's no reason for that. Okay? But being able to go ahead and let your truths rise to the surface and then express them out to others, that's going to have a healing effect and a strengthening effect between you and others. Okay, moving forward, I get this Beyond Illusion card. So this is saying, right? It's saying not everything is as it seems, right? It's depicted by the butterfly, and also the third eye, the intuition, is lit up there. I hope I'm holding this at the right angle because I'm in a new setup here. Sorry, I'm across the way from the camera. So yeah, this is the key to moving forward and out of this maybe more stagnated energy is to realize, I may feel like I didn't speak up enough and I may have damaged a relationship with someone, but they may not even be aware, like I said, they may not even feel it. So things aren't always as they seem to you. We need to be able to be fully in our lives and fully engaged and speaking out and speaking up for ourselves in order to, be dealing with as much truth as possible. So you're not in any, oh yeah, see, there's another mind. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So now so once you get this alignment, solidified within you that, okay, I'm willing to be courageous here, and if there's maybe you had a rift with someone and it's time to heal it, I'm going to speak up and speak out. So then what if that person that you're speaking to doesn't believe you, or this is another one that things aren't always what they seem, but this is in a sort of a game playing way. We have two cards that are saying things aren't always what they seem. One of them is saying the caterpillar can turn into the butterfly, the beautiful, and there's beauty in that. The other one is saying people hide shit, right? They put themselves behind a mask and they don't really show you and tell you how they really feel. So what if you get the courage to speak up your truth and someone else receives that truth and says, oh, everything's fine, but you kind of know it's not. You can feel it, you can sense it, you get it, that, yeah, they're just, they're waving me away. That, then going back and trying again and trying to get them to see your truth and running down that same road, that creates sort of an inner turmoil that can eventually really exhaust you. So then you make a decision, okay, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this completely go. I've spoken my truth. I've done what I can. I don't have to hammer it home, because if the recipient isn't willing to listen, then, you know, it's not gonna it's not gonna resolve itself. And then in your external world, that brings this feeling of, oh, you know, it brings you right back to the past, right back to that guilty feeling. So I'm finding that let me see what so I was going to say you're open and awareness, you know, I was going to say this is going to be one of your key cards, but this goes along with it, the receptivity, the willingness to speak your truth with an open heart without any expectation of how anyone else will receive it. Okay, I guess that is really the overall lesson of this reading, is to find the courage and the willingness to speak up. And I know I went on this tangent of repairing a rift with another person. I just got a feeling there's a group of you that has that situation, or that finds yourself there, but it's not for all of you. And it could just be a general thing. Like some of you are trying to learn to use your voice more and to speak up in a more honest and direct way. And what you'll find in that is not everybody's willing to hear it, right? And that's okay, because in your open-heartedness and in your willingness to stay open instead of restricted and closed off, you will grow. And this path on, you know, the journey you're on in this lifetime is for your growth, right? And everyone else is kind of in charge of their own. So if you're finding ways to learn to speak up for yourself and to speak your truth, and it's not quite received well, that's okay. You can bypass, you know, that situation and move on. Stay open, though, that you do not need the conversation to play out in a certain way, right? So this is really, it's beautiful that, you know, as communicators, as children of Mercury, you know, you have that opportunity. But then as a Gemini, you also have the two-sided, you know, the twin energy. So part of you may want to speak out and the other part of you may want to just hold back. And I think that's what creates this kind of guilt energy, because you're splitting off from yourself. It's, as you know, naturally as a Gemini, you're going to have both the energies. But if you can find a way to marry those energies and merge them and become, you know, a more of a multifaceted being, instead of feeling this real split, then that's where the healing comes in. That's where this open-heartedness and this knowledge that I am continuing to become, even if everyone else isn't keeping up with me, I'm continuing to become more of who I am. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways this reading could go, but I think that for most of you, since Geminis, you are so very perceptive, I think you can apply it to your own life and find some guidance in it. Okay? All right, dear gems, I will see you again very soon. Thank you for being here with me, even though I was kind of AWOL. Okay, I love you. Bye.